Welcome once again, second years. Hope everybody is doing great, enjoying your days at home and staying yourself healthy as well as taking care of your families. Hope for the best. So now today we are going to start the verb patterns for you. So this is not so difficult, but if you concentrate it continuously, if you understand, try to understand it better, you can get the explanation in a good way. Now in this, first I will give you the types of the sentences. What are the different types of the sentences? First of all, tell me what is a sentence. If you would be here, I would have got many answers, I hope. So sentence is a group of words which make sense. The last thing is more important, which makes sense. It is not anything nonsense. Uttering any words in between or jumbling that, saying into a different way could not make a sentence. A group of words which make a sense, that is a sentence. And the sentences can be divided, or there are types of the sentences which can be given to you. These are, first is the statements, second is questions, the third is commands, and the fourth is exclamations. The sentences being divided into four: statements, questions, commands and exclamations. What are statements? We'll go ahead with that explanation of the statements, because in your examination they will give you, if you remember in the previous class we have completed idioms and phrases. Now after that there is a question in your examination syllabus or paper of examination pattern, that there is a question where they will give you one sub pattern of the sentence and you have to make 4 meaningful sentences by following the same pattern. The pattern will be given by the examiner itself in the examination question paper, and you have to follow that, and you have to frame 4 sentences, meaningful 4 sentences from your own side. For framing the sentences, what do you need? You have to understand first what type of sentence they are creating, or what type of pattern they want from you. So for that purpose we have to go to a little bit depth of the grammar. Okay. Now the first is statements, sentences with structures. With what structures? The first is subject plus verb plus any of the thing, either object or any of the regular habit, something could be added with the subject and the verb. That structure is called as the statements. That particular structure could be called as statement. Now in statements we have these two, assertive and affirmative. Either assertive or affirmative, we can use both. Assertive means it could be declarative, declaration, declaring sentences, which can be declaring something like she hates chocolates. It is a declaration. And she likes to perform on a stage. She likes to perform on a stage. It is a statement which is affirmative, normally the positive one. Negative also can be statement, but mostly assertive or affirmative statements are there. And now at the end we use a full stop. After every statement we use the full stop to make it sure this is our statement, to declare it out. Okay. Now the first example is she returns from school at 4 p.m. It is a regular habit, it is a daily activity. She returns from school at 4 p.m. Here what is the subject? She. She is the subject. Plus what we are getting? Returns. Returns is the verb, main verb, from school at 4 p.m. So what we are getting? She plus returns plus etc. anything. Now that makes your structure of the statement. It is a subject, it is a verb, and it is something etc. related to the same subject. That type of the particular sentence is known as the statement, where you are making a statement, making it clear, making a declaration, mostly in affirmative way. Now next is the accident took place at the night. The accident took place at the night. Now here we are talking about the accident. So obviously the subject could be the accident. Again we are getting the subject as the accident. What had happened in the accident? When it had happened, it took place at the night. Took place is the verb. Accident plus took, it is the verb. Subject plus verb, and at the night you can go for the etc. Like showing the time, showing the habit, showing the particular idea, that could be a different, but which can come into your etc. But the main subject and the verb are counted. So the statements would have this type of the structure, where the subject plus the verb and plus anything could be added to make it one of the statement. Now next is here, we will go for the explanation of questions. There are so many statements are there in your study material, and I think in your reader also there are so many. Please try to find out, check it out, read it and understand and solve it out, because in study material lot of exercise being given where you have to find out the to which category it belongs, the sentence. So first we will get the complete explanation of one by one all, then you will get the practice and you can find it out which category of sentence belongs to which particular sentence, like statements are there or questions are there or commands or the exclamations. Questions normally very easy to find out, because in the questions we know very well how to frame the questions, but sometimes it becomes difficult to understand that are we making a proper question or not. So for that purpose we have to read out the question format. Sentences with the structure WH word. WH word means like the whole WH family. Who, what, where, why, when, all comes under your WH word. And not necessary WH, sometimes how also. How also can be used as a starting word or starting you can say the framing of the question can be done with how. So WH family is more, as I said just now. Then we have how also. So plus helping verb, any helping verb. Helping verbs are many. We have to know that. I hope in the first year you have got a explanation of helping verb. So that helping verbs are the ones which help to frame the statements, sentences, all types of sentences, questions, everything. Plus subject plus main verb. Here WH word plus helping word plus subject plus main verb. And these are called the questions. For first we will get the explanation of this, we will get an example of this, then we will move on to the second one. Here is that the first question, where does the root lie? Where is the WH word? It is the WH word I have written here for your understanding, better understanding. And does is the helping verb. Does, is, do, have, has, all 24 are there helping verbs. So these helping verbs help us not only for framing any type of the, not only for questions but any type of the sentences. So where does the root lie? Where is the WH word, does is the helping verb, the root is the subject, lie is the main verb. So this pattern we follow to make a question. Now and the next is we use a question mark at the end, don't we? Yes, we have to, otherwise it could be a statement. After putting that, if you don't put a question mark, then how can the other person understand that this is the question you have framed? So there is a need to put the question mark at the end of the question. Next is, it can begin with a helping verb also. Sometimes helping verb can also frame a question. Now, like this one, has Lata completed her work? Has Lata completed her work? Has is a helping verb. Lata is the subject, because we are asking about the work of Lata. Lata is the subject, completed is the main verb, and her work. So here this type of the questions which normally starts with the helping verbs are known as yes or no type of questions. They are called as yes or no type of the questions. Like if you go for I'll give you one, like swimming is good a exercise. Now here, swimming is good a exercise. It is totally jumbled. This is a jumbled sentence. Now you have to make a question from this. How do you frame a question? How you would like to frame a question? First of all, you have to find it out. Is there anything which can be taken at the first, which can be able to create a question? As I just now said, WH word, or we can begin with a helping verb. Here any helping verb is there? Yes. Is the helping verb. So we can start with is. Is. Now we can go for a direct subject. Is swimming a good exercise? Then put the question mark. Obviously the answer would be either yes or no. So this type of the questions which can be framed with the help of the auxiliary verb or a helping verb is known as the yes or no type of the questions. While in the examination, if they give you this type of the jumbled sentence, so first of all, what you have to find it out? You have to find where the either WH word or the auxiliary or the helping verb. If they have given you one pattern of WH plus helping plus subject plus main, and normally what they are doing is that they are giving you one example. By framing by themselves, they have framed one question and they have given it to you, and then you have to restructure the other questions or other meaningful sentences after seeing the example. So when you see the example, you should make it clear in your mind that what type of the sentence they are in need, what they have framed. Either it is a question or it is a statement, what they want, because they don't write down at the heading that this is a statement we have framed, so frame 4 more statements. This is a question we framed and you have to create more 4 meaningful questions. No, there is not such a hint. They will give you only this type, subject plus verb plus etc. suppose like that, and then they will give one sentence. Immediately find it out, this is S, this is V, and then the other thing. In the same manner you can create more 4 sentences. And as I said while explaining idioms and phrases, don't go for the complex ones. Create as easy as possible sentences. Don't go on creating complex and difficult sentences. Sometimes it be back on you. So it's better to go for the simplicity, and simple sentences can give you a confidence that yes, you have framed easy simple sentences, but the format what they have given, the structure what could be given in the examination to be followed for sure. After the whole explanation of other sentences, I'll show it to you in for the examination point of view what they have given and how you have to frame it up. So I hope you have understood till here the verb patterns, type of sentences. We have completed statements as well as the questions. In the next class, we'll continue the explanation of the commands and the exclamations. So by the time, take care, have a nice day.